Hello, Algebra. Let's go over Chapter 10. We are almost done with our final exam reviews. But as we're going, so Chapter 10 had to do with polynomials, okay? A monomial, binomial, trinomial, polynomial. And much of those polynomials had to do with quadratics, which in Chapter 9 we were just graphing. So we learned how to add polynomials and subtract polynomials. This is the one we're going to do, and I'm going to have you do that one on your own. So like term to like term, please add only your like terms. Here, although, we need to make this one into an addition problem before we can do that. How do we do that? We change the sign of everything that's here. Make sure, though, that you change the sign of all three items. And then we're going to align our things, our like terms, and add them up. So let's see. I've got 1 minus 5x plus 2x squared. So I'm just rewriting this. So underneath, I can write, I have a minus 3x in my next section. I have a positive 2, and I have a negative 4x squared here. Okay, so what am I going to get? I'm adding these together. 1 plus 2 is 3, negative 5 plus negative 3x is negative 8x. 2x squared plus negative 4x is going to give us negative 2x squared. Ideally, you'd want to write that in front and that in the back, but I didn't reorder it, and that's okay. So that's how we do addition and subtraction. I added these, but before I did that, I changed the sign. Okay? So same method. Do number 1 and check your answers on Schoology. Here, I need to distribute my variable. I need to multiply using my rules from Chapter 8 and getting a good, solid answer. Negative 5 times 2 gives me negative 10. X squared times x squared gives me x to the 4th because I need to add my exponents. Negative 5 times negative x gives me positive 5. X squared times x gives me x cubed. Negative 5x squared times 4 gives me negative 20. X squared comes along with it. Nothing added to it, the 4, but that's my answer. Okay, as you do this next one, be very careful. Do your 3 times your 3, your d times your d. Okay, take your time and get a really good answer for number 2. Okay, let's talk multiplying polynomials. We have 2 different methods that we could do this. We could double distribute, or we could use the box method. Double distribute means I'm multiplying 2x times x to get 2x squared, and 2x times negative 4 to get negative 8x. And then I'm multiplying my other number by everything in the second one. So 3x, and I'm distributing it also to the negative 4 because I need to distribute my 2x to everything back here, and I need to distribute my 3 to everything back here. And now I'm going to add my like terms. Why did I put my 8x and my 3x in line? Because they're like terms, and that way I don't have as much trouble remembering to add them. So here I get 2x squared. Negative 8x plus 3x gives me negative 5x. Bring down my minus 12, and I'm done. Okay? I'm going to show you, so I'd like you to do this one, either box method or double distribute. I'm going to show you the box method on example number 3 to refresh your memory. What is it? Okay, hold on, I have to add that. Okay, I found it. Sorry about that. So 3x minus 6 was on this side because I make my box as a binomial times a trinomial. And then I take my trinomial and I put it up here, including your signs, and your signs go over each box. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 3x and I'm going to multiply it by my 4x squared. And I'm going to get 12x, x times x squared gives me x cubed. Okay, so now I'm going to take my 3x and I'm going to multiply it by 9x. 9 times 3 is 27. X times x is x squared. Okay, and now I'm going to take my 3x and I'm going to multiply it by my negative 8. Negative 3 times negative 8 gives me negative 24. My x comes along for the right. Okay, so now I have to go again. Now I have to do my negative 6 times my 4x squared. My negative 6 and my 4x squared is going to give me negative 24. And my x squared is going to come along for the right. My negative 6 times my 9x, negative 6 times 9 is negative 54. And my x comes along for the right. My negative 6 times my negative 8 is going to give me positive 48. This is where I look at what my diagonals are. I've got this diagonal, which I'm going to add together because they're like terms. And if they're not like terms, if your diagonals are not like terms, you've done something wrong. So double check your math. And I've got this diagonal that I'm going to add together. And I'm going to write my answer. So the first part of my answer comes from this square here because I have nothing to add that together with. I just bring that down. Negative 24 plus 27 gives me positive 3x squared. Negative 54 plus negative 24 gives me negative 78x. And then I have my positive 48, which has nothing to combine with, so that's part of my answer. And that's my answer. So box method is one way to do this. I also could have done this by triple distribution. I would have had to distribute my 3x to everything. No, it would still be double. And then my negative 6 to everything. So that's all for that. God bless.